Well, what's going on, YouTube? It's Matty-O here. On this rainiest of days, I've decided to take things inside to the studio here. So that's where I'm sitting, and I am fixing to unbox, install, and test out the Cinoton 2-pack of these LED floodlights. They're rated at 20 watts. We'll see how bright they are. But here again, 2-pack, nice, convenient size box here. Without further ado, I'm gonna open her up and see what's inside. Now, I gotta say, I've done a lot of Cinoton light reviews over the past couple months, and I really do want to thank them. They reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try these lights out. You can check out the other videos I've reviewed for them. And every step of the way, I've really been impressed with what they've got to offer. So keep it up, Cinoton. I actually have a friend of mine who just is moving into a new place, and he's got a really cool backyard area, but all the exterior lighting is kind of old, incandescent yellow lights. He's looking to upgrade stuff on a budget, some brighter, more modern type of lighting. And I'm like, dude, you gotta check out Cinoton. Whatever you want to do, solar, wired, automatic motion sensing lights, they've got it all, and you can get into this stuff on the cheap. I mean, it's really pretty cool. And here again, these lights are under 40 bucks. You get a 2-pack of LED floodlights. So Cinoton, thank you for keeping it real for us common folk. Do appreciate it. All right, so as you can see in the box, we've got our 2-pack of LED lights as advertised. We have some instructions, and then there's just a little piece of shipping material, as one could expect. So very straightforward, as you might imagine. The lights themselves, they have a metal housing with the looks like the heatsink type ridges, and inside the light, it looks like we've got a strip of LED lights. They are reasonably compact, and it looks like they install to a traditional type of electrical box. Looks like probably a 1/2-inch type opening, traditional sort of electrician type of install. There's no screws or base to mount into like a wood or masonry surface. So these will need to go into some sort of electric box for install, which in my case should be all right. I've got a light I'm gonna replace on the front of my little workshop shed area. I've already got a Cinoton floodlight on the back of that building. Check out that video if you wanna see that thing in action. It really makes it daylight out there on and off, so that's pretty cool. These are a little more basic. They're gonna be wired to a switch. When the switch is on, the light is on. Don't see any sort of motion sensing or daylight. So these are just straightforward, turn them on, you got a floodlight sort of arrangement. So I like it, it's nice and basic. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these installed, and then I'll go about my day. When it gets dark, you know the drill. Let's go check out, see what we got.
So this is what I'm working with here. We got a hole up there. First thing I'm gonna do, take this nut off. We're gonna set that aside somewhere we won't lose it. There's a Phillips head screw on here, so I'm just gonna pre-adjust this, back that off, and we can kind of go for a proper angle there. We can always tweak that if necessary. And the idea is I'm just gonna feed these wires through the hole, through the electric box, and try to just get this supported. The siding on this shed is maybe 3/4 inch thick, so I don't know if I'm gonna have very many threads sticking out, but we'll see what we are dealing with here. Yeah. And then the box is tucked in a bit. We'll figure it out. Okay, so nice and tucked out of the way. And obviously I've got my power off there. If you're following along at home, make sure your circuit has been de-energized and it's safe to work on. It goes without saying, you are responsible for your safety, not me. And I'm gonna need to get some wire nuts. That's the other thing to remember. The light fixture itself does not come with wire nuts or anything like that. So you will need to make sure you've got some of those on hand. I'm just pulling my wires through the box because I missed the mark, and you can see my box is not very well installed. What I really should do is fix this box. Whoever wired up this building was kind of special, if you know what I mean. Some funky stuff going on. But for today, I'm just gonna put this lock nut on. We'll test it out, and then I can always go back and fix this. I need to do a lot of work to this shed, so I'll get a proper box in here. And honestly, the box should have a cutout in the sheathing and then a plate on it where this mounts. So we'll get there, if you know what I mean. We've got our hot there, our neutral, and our ground. I'm gonna clip that crimp. We'll get a wire nut on it. And if I wanted, I could branch off of here and run both lights. At 20 watts, they really don't use a whole lot of juice. I'm just tying my grounds up here, prepping them for a wire nut. Go ahead and join that party. All right, we're good. And then our neutral. Here again, forgive this shoddy install. My rough wiring needs work, so I'll get there and we're good. All right, so we'll do a dry fire here, and then I'm gonna wait for the night. We'll really see this thing shine. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's bright as hell, man, for 20 watts.
All right, everyone, thank you for watching my video. I checked out these Cinoton LED Flood Lights, and as usual, I'm pretty darn impressed. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of saw a faint glow when the light was off outside. I'm not really sure what that was because the power to the light was off. Didn't really seem to be an issue at all, but of course, flipping the light on, big bright light out of a relatively small form factor, and I've come to expect that with everything I've received from Cinoton. They seem to have this LED lighting down to a science where your dollar is gonna get you some really bright and very defined lighting. So if you are concerned about stretching your dollar, this is where it's at. Cinoton does lights and they don't play. I've said it before, but yeah, they don't play. So not much to say about it. It's simple. It's weatherproof. There's not a lot of bells and whistles with this one. No motion sensing, no daylight sensing. When you throw the switch, the light flips on, and there's not much more you could ask for. So I can't wait to get this one installed somewhere. I'm already digging the one I've got out on the front of my workshop there. Thank you, Cinoton, for letting me check this out and making great lighting products for the everyman out there. And thank you, viewers, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Until then, Matteo out.